Namaste, Ashe, beautiful souls. Welcome to Love Wins. I hope you're having a blessed and beautiful reality. If you are new here, welcome to the safe space that I created to discuss all things spiritual warfare. If you are returning, it has been an honor to serve. Today, the card I have pulled pre-shuffle, I have humility. It says, allow me, divine, to always accept the right assistance. I welcome your help in every way and delight in receiving it. The energy is humility. The work that I have been doing recently has really been focused on healing my soul. Healing, clearing my karmas, but going deeper into my personal growth on a cellular level and connecting with my ancestral line, and not just the ancestral line of this family I was born into, right? Cosmically, the ancestral line of my DNA, my light DNA. My music just stopped, y'all. And it still said it was playing. We're born into these families that we're born into for a purpose, okay? Your family is not your family, like your soul family. You have a soul family of souls with similar missions, with similar stories, with similar paths of waking up and seeking home, in a sense of a feeling that what's not around doesn't feel like home, in seeking love in a way that the love you've experienced is not love that you know exists. Battling, knowing what you know and feel and believe in your heart versus what comes through the gates, the eyes, the ears, the perception, the lens of perception, to exist in a reality that is a simulation. And until you wake up from the fact that it's a simulation, it's very, very real. And you can rise and fall perceptionally, vibrationally, because your vibration creates your reality. Your beliefs create your reality. When your vibration is aligned with your beliefs, you are in alignment to create. But when the matrix is matrixing on you, meaning other people, external forces, friends, family, lovers, when their realities, when their projections, when their feelings, when their beliefs, when their thoughts and ideas affect your vibration, affect your feelings, move you out of love into betrayal, anger, sadness, fear, revenge. It's not fair, it's not right, it's not just. When you move into those feelings and you feel some type of way about them, that is how principalities works. That's how the attack on our energy, on our vibration, on our soul happens. They wound us through those we love. And those we love are wounded warriors. NPCs, slaves to the matrix. The light is not on. It exists in all souls. But the light isn't always on. And what's running is the matrix. What's running is the illusion. What's running is the programming. Running within your family, within your friends, within your reality. So, we wake up to this. We start to heal this. We start to heal ourselves. But before we understand this, we start to heal ourselves and we start to just go in. And that, my dear friends, darlings, loves, that is when the attacks begin. When you start to heal. When you start to do for you, not for them. When you start to speak your truth, when you start to say, this happened to me. I'm healing from this. That wasn't cool. That is when the friend becomes the enemy. Because they can't manipulate you. They can't use you. And some of them know they're using you. And some of them do not. They are unconscious to the fact that they're being used to use you. Completely unconscious. And then some, they just don't like you. And they know they don't like you. And they speak ill on you all the time. And you have open haters and you have silent haters. And silent haters, in the public eye, they say things like, oh, I've done so much for them. They're a really good person. I feel really bad for them. I try. No. They are planting seeds of doubt in other people's minds. This is psychological war. This is spiritual war. This is how that game is played. So when you cut that off, you stop playing that game and you start playing your game, right? You raise your own vibration, because a timeline cannot continue if the frequency is not a match. So when someone is projecting fear and you go into self and you meditate and you become present and you realize that nothing is real except for the present moment, the future and the past are timelines that exist simultaneously, but they are not now. Now is all you got. So if you're in a state of fear, panic, anxiety, anything other than knowing that, like, I'm good right now, I got all I need in this present moment. And in this present moment, how I feel about this present moment determines the next moments. That's how you call your power back. Right? I didn't know what I was going to get into today. I have been doing some deep diving into healing the mother line. Healing the mother line. And understanding where the wounds have happened in this bloodline, in this family, where the wounds have happened, because being a soul in a womb, you share space in that womb. Your cells, your blood becomes one. Whether you're in the same cluster of souls or not, when you birth into that bloodline, you birth into. You could be from the stars. You could be born in the galactic center, your original soul, because it's energy. Came from a black hole, but as soon as you were born into Earth, sentient being, portal, womb of divine, feminine, mother, born into her, you become one of her. You're one of her children, right? So when you're born into a mother and you come out of her womb, you become one of her. You are one of her children, right? Your DNA has blended. So, in this bloodline, there is this theme. It's like not feeling worthy of love, not good enough, but being so giving and not being open to receive. So like when I jumped on the self-love bandwagon and stopped doing what everybody else thought I should do and raised my kids the way I felt was right for my kids and my family and my individual life circumstance, I had a lot of projections. And those projections went so deep that I had sensitive children going through their own things. There was a split up when they were young. That fractures a child's mind and heart no matter what. When a reality that they know and feel safe in changes. Childhood trauma happens no matter what. Okay? But two parents shouldn't have to just stay together just for the children. That's some programming bullshit. If two people are not good together, it's best for the children that they part. And I'm learning this. And with my younger children, I force them to be in their father's life. Went above and beyond for them to stay in his life. And in the end, you know, that was the snake that bit my head. But we learn through these life experiences. I'm healing the betrayal of my children, because I did nothing but love them. I did nothing but be myself, and I did the best I could. I have no regrets. All of this education bullshit that they're throwing out there, my children, I'm going to find the card. I'm not going to say it. But when I find the card, I'll pull it up. I'll keep telling this story. But there was a whole lot of projections that got in young minds, and manipulation happened, and beliefs got in, and it's like they're so confused. They even say, I know you really loved us. I know you really loved us. And like the things they're mad about, like they're not even worth being as mad as they are. But there were so many projections and manipulations, and I had to feel as a mother unloved by my children with humiliation rituals. Mother's Days filled with balloons and cards and flowers and thank yous to a mother that their father married and abandoned them and left them with her. And I didn't even know. They didn't even reach out. Like, I had to feel like I was the shittiest fucking mom in public because of this, and heal it, not lose my shit and kill myself like the principalities wanted of me. Being an awakened soul here to rock some shit up, to wake some souls up. Yeah, my self-love mission was making people love themselves. God for fucking bid. But there were people in my life that hurt me, that I publicly wrote about, that put their demons on display, that they had to get revenge on me. They had to get revenge on me. And I had to feel on countless Mother's Day. One Mother's Day was my birthday. I had to watch my children display the act of love. That was my birthright, as being a loving mother who did nothing but love them. And feel that wound. And I grieved. And I didn't get mad. I didn't get mad at my kids. That's what these evil motherfuckers wanted me to do. They wanted me to get mad at my kids. But instead of getting mad at my kids, I prayed. I fasted. I cried. And I decided to go into myself, to understand my soul in all of its lifetimes, to ask myself, why did I choose to experience this? Why did I choose to experience a betrayal? So harsh, so cold. To give unconditional love and be told, why do you gotta be the way you are? Like, my love is wrong, right? Like, my love is wrong. To have a little boy at 15 years old at the time say, I had a dream that you killed yourself. And to know spiritually that that dream was put in that child's mind to make me feel unworthy, like that was how it was going to happen, because I knew the child was gifted. All my children are gifted. The mastery of this lifetime was to love myself, even as my children weren't loving me. God gave me 2 more children, beautiful souls, who love me unconditionally. Who love me unconditionally. And they've seen some shits. They've seen some life shit. We have karmic families. Mother side, father side. They've seen shit all around. All I can do in my present moment is protect them by raising my vibration and not allowing toxic people into my reality, despite the label or role they play. Despite what their title is in this matrix of a reality. Hurt people, and unconscious people will always be unconscious. If vengeance is your driving force, you can't exist in a vibration of peace. You can't get through the gate. I still haven't found the card, but I got greedy gut on the top. I'm just going to say it. MK Ultra. Clarity. MK Ultra. I'm just going to say it. You know? The beautiful thing about being spiritually tapped in and awake, you can see between realms. You can see through illusions. If you're watching me, you're in that space too, and you understand like the blessing and the curse, but really the blessing, like humility, okay? We got a soul here. We have a soul that we came here to ascend. We have a collective consciousness that we came here to free, to raise, to... We have a contract with Gaia, being that we were birthed through her to heal the line. We have if you come into a toxic karmic family, you have a contract with that family to heal that line. You heal you is how you heal anything, by healing you. All that other shit is bullshit. That's distractions, lowering your vibration. I'm gonna tell you some real shit that I'm healing here. Some awakenings that I've had, some towers that have fallen in my life, coming into as I came into my Queen of Cups energy and the High Priestess. I am that I am. It is what it is, right? But something I am healing here, and I haven't spoken with my mother about this, but it's something that I'm healing, being in this space with her, clearing these energies, these karmic energies, these generational curses that go back. So the mother line in my family, very narcissistic. If you go, this is on my mother's side. My great grandmother was cold. She didn't display love to my grandmother. And then my grandmother had my mother. And my mother had a trauma as a child. She was touched by my grandfather. And she told my grandma what happened. And she got yelled at. She was punished. And she was forced to write a letter to my grandfather saying she wouldn't tell stories like that anymore. She still was a good daughter. She still loved my grandma. And then I was born through the line. Little star baby. I'm gonna tell you about my birth. I was born in Winter Park, Florida, May 8th, 1981. There was a sinkhole. The same exact day of my birth, the ground opened up and the umbilical cord was wrapped around my neck 3 times. My lips turned purple. The nurse said, "Stop pushing." They're coming for me before I was even coming. But there's a lot of stuff in this family line. Like, there's dark stuff that I'm learning about in all these family lines. Like, all of these cults. There's so many cults and covens and Eastern Stars, Masonic bloodlines. Like, even the fraternities and sororities are dark cults. Like, there's a lot of dark shit. Like, Jesus that you go to church and worship is actually a dark entity. But I'm getting off the tangent again because back to the matter at hand. I was born and my grandmother called me her boomers. She loved her boomers, and I loved my grandma, and I loved my mom. I was a child who loved everybody. I did. But my grandma, after my sisters came, she had this little thing she would say, and it would taunt my mom. She would say, "How much do you love grandma?" And we would go, "This much." And then she would say, "How much do you love mommy?" And we would go, "This much." And then we would all laugh. And grandma would give us a hug. And she would do that all the time. And as a little girl, I did not realize until I was 44 years old, sitting in this house in a deep state of inner child healing after a lifetime of going deeper and deeper and deeper into healing everything. Everything. I have this board over here of photos, mostly my kids and I, but I have my dad and my mom with myself and my sister as a child. My grandmother and my dad on my dad's side with me sitting on their lap. My great grandma and my sisters and I camping in Florida. My grandma and me on my mom's side. My mom and me and Bella. And I have written on it one day coming out of meditation. I wrote, "I'm sorry" on me and my dad and my mom. I wrote, "Please forgive me" on me and my grandma. And I wasn't exactly sure what I was writing it for. And then a few months later, I was remembering that story because I was journaling about how my children were weaponized against me. I remembered all the things that everybody said along the way from the moment my children were born. Other people's projections, because the way I live my life, they don't agree with. There was the grandmother on their side. There was aunts, uncles, family members on their dad's side, family members on my side, friends I trusted, lovers I brought around my children. And the worst one is the one now who's taking me to court to try to take my son after hurting him and trying to punish me for loving him. Because I remind him of his mother, who he has his own abandonment wounds with. He has been in my children's ear since day one about how he doesn't believe I was mothering my kids properly. I wasn't educating them based off of the way he perceived I should be educating him, which was in alignment with the way my ex-husband believed I should be educating them, except the ex-husband was the one who was down for the unschooling in the beginning and part of the researching it, and moved me to Puerto Rico with my kids and took me out of the charter school I had a contract with, teaching yoga to kids, which I loved teaching yoga to kids. So I'm understanding how every single person in your life who is not in a high vibration, who is not on a healing path, is just a gate for a principality to control the mind of a potential light. So I've never been mad at my kids. Yeah. He's taking me to court and his only two witnesses are my older children, and I'm supposed to feel like shit right now. I'm supposed to be so freaking out that I'm not managing my home. I'm not caring for my children. I'm getting nothing done. I'm in a fucking wreck. I'm in anxiety. No, those aren't my feelings. Those aren't my feelings because that's not my reality, because I have healed that stuff. I forgive it all. I got children to take care of. What you're accusing me of not doing, I'm doing. With joy and peace and love and dance parties. And kids cooking in the kitchen. Cooking in the kitchen with Candace. And life is good. I have good friends in my life. I had good vibrations in my life. And I'm healing these things. And I remember my grandmother programming me to make my mother feel I'm worthy of love. And it's fucking sick. It's fucking sick how she did that. And I loved her And I connect with her as a spirit guide. I connect with Grandma, and I know she's out there doing her soul thing. Because when one person in a line, in a bloodline, starts to heal, the beautiful unfolding is you heal it all. You do. Everybody's got to do their own work. But I forgive my grandma. But I know what she did. I see what she did. I see how it happens. And because I see it, I can prevent it from happening to my babies now. Nobody's fucking projections are going to cut through the truth that they know in their heart. And both Bella and Jacob will tell you, love wins. And they know what love is. You cannot buy their love. You cannot manipulate their love. You cannot project them out of their love. Because the work we're doing in this home, in this safe space, is healing. It's healing. And I am blessed to be here now to deliver this message for you, because you're healing. You're healing, and sick fucking shit has happened. It has. But the beautiful part about it is, it doesn't have to keep happening. It starts with awareness. Okay? So, I love you. I hope you have a blessed and beautiful reality. Stay present. Raise your vibration. Keep doing the work. I'll be back with another message. Love wins.